Arizona Attorney General Kris Mayes will hold a press conference this morning about the settlement, but her office tells us that our state will get $223 million under this settlement. The trial started in federal court last week in California. As CEO Mark Zuckerberg was supposed to take the stand, but because of this settlement, he won't have to. Arizona is among 48 states that sued Meta back in 2023, saying the social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, that it pushed its product onto young people, making them addicted and exposing them to risk and harms. So here's what else is expected to change under this settlement for Facebook and Instagram. So hard cap daily 2-hour limits and productive pauses for children. Also nighttime blocks restricting children's access from midnight to 6 in the morning. Also limited school time access for children, eliminating push notifications on weekdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the school year. Also, robust age assurance measures to more effectively verify the age of young users. We know that it's easy to get around these types of things. So, of course, we'll be at that press conference this morning and bring you the latest on air and online, as well as our free news app. We'll send things back to you guys.